Cheers. What's poppin', Cougs? Welcome back to another episode, episode 2 of Coug on the Clock for season 4. I'm here with two of our newest assistants. We're rejuvenating the youth of Cable 8 and Wazzu Sports Network. Who wants to introduce himself first?
I'll go. J.D. Smith.
Okay.
Luke Westfall.
Perfect. And they are familiar faces. We've had them on before. Welcome to the team now. Today we got a few topics to talk about. We have WSU Basketball, March Madness, kind of a preview and predictions, NBA, kind of a basketball-heavy show, then NFL playoffs, and then, of course, as always, a birthday. So, yeah, with that, let's get into the show. First topic, WSU Basketball. I'll start off with the men's. The men's team finally broke the barrier of 10 wins. Oh, wow, this chair goes back really far. Men's team, they did it. They beat ASU 75-58 with Yakimovsky, 22 points, leading scorer of the night. And Big Mo had 15 rebounds. That's the stats I chose from. Do you have any? What do we have, guys?
I was happy we got to bounce back, even though it was I'm glad we got to bounce back at home again after that big loss against Arizona. I know everybody thought we were going to win that, but yeah, I didn't know if it was going to happen. But I'm glad we could bounce back and get it.
I feel like that first one was kind of lucky.
No, it was. No, I didn't believe in us at all. No, to be honest, I didn't think Arizona was like a top team for a reason. Yeah. But I'm not saying our team can't compete. Mm-hmm. They might not. Yeah. But they proved against Arizona State they can compete. Yeah. So that means something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive. That's another win. I mean, obviously, last time we played at Arizona State, we lost. So that's nice that we at least got one of the two. And also, I mean, WSU has a lot of really terrible losses, like 7-14 Prairie View A&M. But we've beaten some teams that are in the tournament right now, which we talk about later. But
I was looking at the
we've
top
beaten
25.
USC, we've beaten Arizona on the road. Now Arizona State, who's in the last four and is an 11 seed right now. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. And it was fun to go to and watch as well. So, appreciate that. Next
up on WSU Basketball, the men's team at least, they're facing USC Thursday. Then they're going to UCLA on Saturday. And then you have the first game of the Apple Cup next Saturday. They have like a week's break until they have the Apple Cup. So that's to look forward to. Now, the women's team, we have to cover both teams inside the 3-minute. Women's, now 15-6. They just beat both Arizona schools over the weekend. Next, they host both Bay Area schools in Cal and Stanford. Where do you guys see them going in, the tournament?
I say second round out. I say we can go to the national tournament. I say we can go March Madness. But I say second round out just because we start getting to the rankings of the top 25, especially women's. Like, it's a huge gap between, skill teams. Maybe not Pac-12 as much, but, once you get to, South Carolina, UConn, and schools like that, high-ranking schools we're going to get in that top 25, taking out the Pac-12, I still think, we could have a little deep run for this year because we're still playing pretty good on the season.
I think that the women's team can go as far as Charlize Ledger-Walker can take them pretty much at this point. I mean, she hasn't played super well the last two games, and we still won. This game, she only had 5 points, but we still won. So I think if we can beat ranked teams without her playing her best, we'll be in good shape. But I think we'll go as far as she can take us.
Well, going into that, I think that's perfect. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate you. We're going to go into our next topic. March Madness. I know you're excited. You can see you laughing. You're excited about this one. What do we got, guys?
So first off, I got to give a shout out to number 19, Florida Atlantic Conference USA. Stand up real quick. Right now they're an 8 seed in the tournament. Number 19, 21-1, 11-0 in conference. Wow. So that's my team this year. That's my team. Unless Washington
who you have winning
State
it all,
wins.
Or that's just who you're supporting?
That's who I'm supporting.
Okay.
They aren't going to win anything, but that's who I'm supporting. That's who I'm supporting.
Gotcha.
Gonzaga, first out. No, I don't care what anybody says. Gonzaga's overrated.
You're not a Gonzaga?
Even though we're close to them, no, they're overrated every year.
Are you not a fan of them, or are you just?
No, I'm not a fan. No, they're overrated.
Okay.
I just
really
don't like True Timmy.
He's like 25 anyway.
He's like 25. He's like Stetson Bennett of basketball.
Literally is.
Well, because of all my, super deep knowledge of basketball, I did some research because I had to. I learned that the University of Kentucky is not the University of Kentucky as I thought it was anymore. The University of Arizona is repping the Pac-12 in the top 5.
Right. Yeah.
The 19-3. Number 4 is Bama.
I like Kansas.
Kansas?
I like Kansas. That's my pick to win it.
I like Kansas.
Every year I pick Kansas.
Kansas is your team that's winning it all?
Like, I really don't want them to win it all.
I really like Grady
them
Dick,
every
too.
year.
The white boy on there? No, like, I love him. Like, he's great. Like, he's huge. He's athletic. He's all that. Like, that's definitely one of my go-to teams. Okay. I think they beat Duke in a tough one.
Their coach is just Bill Self, coach for Kansas, is too good. They're just the best every year. I mean, even if they drop a couple, they don't go in as a 1 seed somehow.
Or Bama.
They're the best every year.
Bama every year. Bama, Virginia, got to
Really? Is Bama a basketball school too?
Yeah, no. They've been since Colin Sexton. They've been there.
I didn't know that. That's what I thought. I was like, they're making up for their football season.
I was watching a mock draft the other day, and they had multiple guys inside the lottery.
Really? Interesting. So who's your team winning all the tournament?
J.D. Davidson, Kansas. I want to say Kansas or Tennessee. I like Tennessee. Maybe they're a little seasoned now, so I want to say Tennessee because a few years ago they weren't the greatest, but they had a good run. Because they had Kennedy Chandler, but I think he's gone now.
All right, so you guys both have Kansas?
Houston's a fraud, by the way.
I like Kansas.
Houston's a fraud. All right.
They're just like Gonzaga. They play in too easy of a conference.
Yeah. So Kansas. I like an underdog story. Give me Iowa State.
Ooh.
Iowa State winning March Madness. They're winning the tournament. They're going all the way. The Cyclones of Iowa State. They're winning it all. Guaranteed.
Kansas State. I'm gonna go with Kansas
San Diego State instead of that. They're bigger underdogs.
Iowa State, bro. Iowa State. What you know about the Cyclones, man?
Nothing. That's the point.
Eastern Washington, outside of Gonzaga, is going to be the only other team in the tournament.
We'll see. But going to professional basketball once again. Okay, but by the way, back into the NBA. That's our next topic. NBA timer. Boom. Can I get like some kind of credit about the Sixers? Look. I was saying, look at the Sixers. Philadelphia is the city. Obviously, you have the Eagles, and we'll get into that in a second. The Flyers are having a hot season. The Phillies made it to the World Series. The women's soccer team made it to the championship. And they lost, but they made it to the championship. The Sixers are number 2. I'm just saying, Philadelphia is the city to be in this year.
I feel like the Sixers do this every year, though.
Yeah,
get your hopes up and then just totally flop on their face. I mean, they don't have Ben Simmons anymore, so that's good. But
yeah, I like Ben on Brooklyn though. If he gets his confidence back, he'll be fine. That's really what it is. He's in his head.
So Sixers are.
I say Sixers are good, but they don't have enough.
You don't think they could go the distance?
No.
Only thing I can say about the Sixers is I love Joel Embiid. He's the leading scorer in the NBA right now, and he's averaging 4 more rebounds than Kevin Durant, and he was an All-Star starter over Durant.
Kevin Durant's better though.
Kevin Durant might be a better player,
Kevin Durant's better. I like Harden better.
Stats say that Joel Embiid should be a starter.
Stats show every year, and then they don't do anything.
I got another topic. Kings are still lighting it up. The Beam team.
Yeah, I'll say it. That's your team.
No, it's not. No, it's not my team.
Sacktown's been repping.
It's my city. It's not my team.
Sacktown's been repping.
No, it's not. It's not my team. My team is the Warriors.
Are we not going to give credit to the Nuggets, though? Number 1 seed? We're not going to give credit to the Nuggets. Nobody talks about the Nuggets at all. We never hear anything.
The Nuggets always make it to the postseason, though.
But they're number 1. This year, I swear they're a little hotter. But nobody ever says anything. You know, everybody wants to talk about the Warriors. Nobody talks about the Clippers either. Kawhi's still putting up good numbers and everything, coming back. Paul George's been hooping since an ankle.
I've been trying to say for years that once Jamal Murray came back and everybody on the Nuggets was healthy, Michael Porter Jr. too, that they were going to seriously make a run. And I think this is going to be the year.
I think so too, because the Phoenix Suns are not where they used to be. So I think that's a good team that's going to be out, and I doubt they can recover.
I predicted that the Suns would miss the playoffs before the season started too, so I need some credit for that.
So if we're talking about runs,
when that happens,
who's your NBA championship matchup?
Ooh, I got it.
Okay.
Mem 5 in the Brooklyn Nets. I had to throw down for Memphis.
Memphis?
Ja Morant, the guy with the little stubby arms. I was going to say something else I can't say it. Jaren Jackson. I'm throwing in Dylan Brooks. Memphis Grizzlies versus Oh, versus Ankh.
Versus who?
Versus Ankh. Shannon Sharp, Memphis Grizzlies. I seriously, anyway, side note. I seriously put the Memphis Grizzlies. I put the Memphis Grizzlies, and I want to say the Nets again because I just love the Nets. But I think the Nets can do it.
All right, so Brooklyn super team with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are a young team, right?
Yeah,
they're pretty young.
I like the Grizzlies going on.
Okay, so Grizzlies and Nets. It'll be a couple more minutes or a couple more seconds. What's your matchup?
I don't want to be too unoriginal here, but I got Nuggets and Celtics, and I'll take the Celtics winning it. I think that this is. I mean, last year I think they should have won last year, but
okay.
Warriors aren't the same beast this year. I'll take the Celtics.
No, Desmond Bane is his name with the short arms, a little swole guy.
The T-Rex, Desmond Bane,
yeah.
the T-Rex.
Who you got?
All right, I'm sticking with the Sixers.
Oh, whatever.
They're coming. They're coming.
It's
The
just
Sixers
not
are
gonna
coming.
happen.
Versus
Don't
the
say
Sacramento Kings.
Sacktown, baby.
9-1-6. The Kings are going to the championship. I don't know if they're going to win or lose. Don't really care because I don't really care about the team. But they're playing the Sixers. It's the Sixers and Kings in the NBA Finals. That's the matchup for me. I think it's pretty realistic. I don't think it's a reach.
Kings still got the longest playoff drought. All
Yes,
professional
they do.
sports, right?
Yes, they do. The Mariners gave it to them and took the crown off and put it on the Kings. So yeah, that's.
I'm just naturally a fan of bad teams.
Well, that wraps up our NBA. That was some good conversation. Next into the dreaded NFL.
I love
Ooh, I love the NFL.
It's scripted, but I love
It's
it.
not scripted.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
I was reading theories about it all day,
think
all night. I love it. I love
Brock
the script.
Purdy, man, I can just imagine how sad he was when he saw the script and saw that he was going to have to tear his UCL in that game.
Yeah.
He must have been
Sad
pretty
49ers fan. No, I'm sorry. I knew Eagles are the truth. I saw Eagals win it all. Eagles are the truth. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, listen. If Brock Purdy hadn't gotten hurt, the Niners would be in that game.
You have the best defense in the league, and how many points you can put up on them?
Okay, but listen.
31.
But
Yeah,
listen,
that's what I'm saying. 37?
But listen.
No,
listen. It doesn't matter your defense if you give the ball up at the 20-yard line. You know what I mean?
I hear
like
you.
if our fourth string incompetent quarterback that's been on 14 freaking teams can't hold the ball and drops on the 20-yard line, I'm sorry. What is the defense to be exhausted?
I hear you.
I would be exhausted as a defensive player, having to
hear
be on the field at the 20-yard line every drive because we can't snap a ball without fumbling it.
I get it. Well, I mean, that's also on your line too, because look what happened to
get rid of
Purdy.
McGlinchey. McGlinchey is horrible. I've been saying that. He's horrible.
Here's my problem with the 49ers is that both of their quarterback injuries were caused by their offensive line playing terribly.
But Trent,
the reason why their
both of them by
quarterbacks
McGlinchey.
and the reason why Brock Purdy got injured is because the pass rush from the Eagles
From the right side, which is McGlinchey's side.
the pass rush from the Eagles is just too good.
Wasn't Trent
They led the
Williams,
league in
Wasn't
sacks
Williams.
this season by over 14 to 69, and I mean they were in the backfield all day long. They didn't stand a chance, and it just so happens that when your quarterback gets sacked every other play pretty much, that injuries, there's a high likelihood of an injury happening.
But did anybody see Trent Williams' body slam?
But what you're not taking into account, though, is that Josh Johnson is a legend in Madden 12.
Shut up, dude. Josh Johnson.
I love that guy.
Why is he on the
He's not
roster?
good, but
It's okay.
Why?
he's your fourth quarterback, so.
You still got good players like Trent Williams. He body slammed some dude. He was sliding for
Yeah,
bro.
Trent Williams is
It's all good.
solid.
All right, this is the end of the Niners talk. I don't want to talk about it
Bang,
anymore.
bang.
Bengals, Chiefs. Bengals should have won that game, but
Yeah.
Chiefs should have won that game anyway because the way they got in the ball. They got the ball with 6 minutes left off an interception. I mean, even though they didn't score that first time, they still should have scored because they had the ball late game. I think Burrow it was like tip. He threw it in double coverage. But I say Chiefs should have won. I still think Eagles are going to win that game.
My whole bracket's gone.
No, my bracket's been right the whole time.
No, see, I had Bengals Niners.
Wow.
Both teams lost.
You
So
like losing money.
I mean, it's the thing is like I'm rooting for the Eagles because I like the Eagles. Like I don't hate the
I
Eagles.
love Jalen Hurts.
I love Jalen Hurts.
Make
So I'm
him
rooting
hurt.
for the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It just sucks that we had to lose to them. Like it just sucks. Like I'm not pissed off at the Eagles. I don't like the Chiefs though.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, did you know he almost eliminated all the black quarterbacks in the playoffs? Did you know that? In the West?
I don't.
Did you know that? That's pretty dope.
This is
Right.
hey.
Hurdle do it to him.
I gotta
Hurdle do
say,
it to him.
I need to say that the Chiefs would not be in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Washington State University. Thank you, Jalen Watson.
Paper cups.
So just so you know, if a Kansas City Chiefs, if you ever want to sponsor the show because our university helped you out, that'd be great.
No, but the Super Bowl matchup between the Eagles and the Chiefs, it's the first Super Bowl that features a pair of brothers.
And first seeds, right? First seeds, 2 first seeds are in there?
Oh, I don't know that. I think that's happened before. It had happened before.
Two first.
So 2 brothers, so the Kelsey brothers, and then 2 black starting quarterbacks.
That's why it's scripted. Like I said, listen, 2 brothers are hottest podcast, one of the hottest podcasts, make it to the Super Bowl, play each other. Doesn't that sound like a great script?
2 top
and
3
2 black
offenses, 2 top sack teams in the NFL.
Yeah, it's Hurts and Mahomes.
Oh, we count that as black. We got the light
so
skinned legend
storylines in this
versus
game.
my Stone Cold man, Jalen Hurts, and Hurts is gonna put it on.
But
that's all I gotta say.
If Hurts gets injured and we get another Wazzu player,
all right,
they're not putting Gardner.
Let's wrap this up. All right, so NFL, that's the end of NFL. As always, going to our birthdays. We only have one for athletes today. Happy birthday to UFC legend Ronda Rousey.
Oh, God.
Shout out Real Boston Richie, too. He had her featured in his song.
What?
Bought a chain 100,000, ran it up in public housing. They were being weird. Ronda Rousey. Forget me, don't forget none. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Real Boston Richie, too. He had a feature on his song. Happy birthday, Ronda. Ran it up in public housing.
All right.
Basically occurred around the world.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure you go to our social medias on Instagram at Wazzu Sports Network, on Twitter at Wazzu Sports Net. Go to our YouTube, of course, and check out all the great Cable 8 content that's coming out. I know Gunner has been working so hard on the recaps. Coug Zone's coming out soon. Make sure you check it out. Go to our merch store. Valentine's Day merch is officially out.
For your bae.
Yeah,
I know I do.
Yeah, get that Valentine's Day merch.
I'm getting it.
Mom, it's coming to you. I don't know when, but it's shipping.
Bae, don't worry. Y'all gonna get them.
Who's Bay?
Whoa. Whoa. Which? Just kidding. Anyway.
Which? All right. From Alex Huddleston.
There you go.
Luke Westfall.
JD Smith.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Go FAU.
Go Cougs.
Go Hurts.